Uh, Aaron, first of all, how are you? And I'm sure the manager's going to want us to ask this. Are you fit? Because there's not a lot of wriggle room at the moment.
Yeah, no, I'm all good. Yeah, all fit, healthy, ready to go for tomorrow's game. So
it's a bit walking wounded at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think we've picked up some injuries, and it's like they don't come in ones and twos. Sort of when someone gets injured, everyone sort of ends up getting injured at the same time. But I think we've got a good squad, and I think even with a couple injuries, we've shown. I think the depth that we've got in the squad. With the last two games that we've played, not everyone being fit, I think we've had two pretty good results off the back of it.
Yeah, it's been an interesting time, isn't it? Because, perhaps there's not as many wins as you guys would like, but certainly if you look at that first half performance against Forest Green, it shows that it feels like you're in a really good place.
Yeah, I think that's sort of the vibe that is in the camp at the minute as well. I think we just need to start turning, them draws into wins. And then we can put ourselves in a really good position towards the end of the season, because obviously we've got 12 games left and everyone sort of knows what we need to do. But I think everyone's happy with the way that we're playing at the minute. If we can maybe keep a couple more clean sheets. But I think, we've got players like Dom and Finn who at the minute are really on form, which is obviously helping the team. So I think if we just keep playing the football that we are, I think we've shown the last two games that we can go toe-to-toe with anyone in the league.
You brought up Dom. It's just records just falling left, right, and centre. I don't think he would say that he expected a season like this. What have you noticed about him around the training field, around the camp? Can you see his confidence? I know he's not the biggest of guys, but does he walk around like he's 6 foot? Or
Yeah, no, Dom's a big character as it is anyway. Even last year when maybe wasn't playing him as much, he's got a great attitude and comes in every day like wanting to work, which I think everyone in the squad does, to be fair. We've got a really good group of lads. So obviously when he scored 24, whatever it is, obviously you're going to be high on confidence, and he's maybe trying things that he wouldn't have done last season, but things are coming off, and he's really deserved his movement and everything else, which people probably don't notice, has got him them goals.
Has he started sharing the goal bonuses around? Because it surely doesn't need all that.
I think if anyone can chip in, then we're happy enough. But as long as you get a 3 points, we don't mind if he scores 40.
Well, perhaps he can pay for a promotion celebration at the end of the season, because that is clearly the aim. Is it something that's mentioned on the training ground, in the dressing room, or is it one of those that, no, we're not talking about it?
I think it does get mentioned every now and again. I think obviously we're in the latter part of the season now, where everyone is sort of, everyone's sort of sharing the same goal, and everyone knows what we need to do. So it will get talked about. But I think ultimately we know we've got to concentrate on the next game, and then the next one after that. We can't look too far ahead. So like I said, I think everyone just knows what they need to do and what we need to do to get points on the board. So we're just taking every game as they come.
The next challenge is Bristol Rovers, a side in good form, a side that marked the start of the manager's time at the club. What's James Rowbury's been like? And granted, he's the manager, so you're not going to say anything nasty, but just try and take us in that dressing room and explain to someone listening what kind of manager he is, the type of vibe he has around the place, I guess.
Yeah, no, the gaffer's been really good since he's come in. He's come in with brand new ideas, which you get with every manager when you come in. Obviously, different ideas, but I think all the boys took to him straight away. The way he's come in and the style of football he wants to play suits me and suits, I think, a lot of players in this team. So I think it's really good in that way. We've been able to mix it up a little bit. There's games that you have to go away and you have to grind out results, and I think he's got plans in place and things that we need to do to be able to do that. So no, I think he's been really good since he's come in, and all the boys enjoy training and everything else around the changing room.
Well, best of luck against Bristol Rovers.
Thank you.
Morning, Aaron. How does last season help you personally? Because you've been through a sort of run-in. You know how if you get obsessed by tables, it could be draining, I guess.
Yeah, I think you try your best not to look at it. Like I said, you're sort of going game by game, but ultimately, once the game's finished, you're checking what is happening with the other teams, because ultimately you know where you are in the league. But I think that as an individual, I don't really get to concentrate on them sort of things. I just take it game by game and do what I need to do for the team, and then we just try and move on that way. But like, there are some individuals who like to plan out and like to know, which is just personal preference, I think.
And you've got to concentrate on your performance, because once again, a bit like last year, the three fullbacks really sort of pushing for those starts.
Yeah, I think it's been really good competition this year, to be fair. Hainsey and Cam, they've been really good all season. I think Cam's obviously stayed in that right back slot and done well. And me and Hainsey, I think whoever's playing is always looking over their shoulder, you know, that one bad game and you're back out, because I think me and Rye have been really good, challenging each other and training every day. And we've got that admiration maybe for each other as well, that even when he's playing, I want him to go and do well. And I think it's the same when I'm playing. So it's good, healthy competition, I'd call it.
So you're both getting into James and saying, yeah, I think Cameron should be the centre back for this weekend. Let us both play. That's what you're trying to do. So, but I won't push you down that line. I don't want you to reveal the team. So there. But in terms of James, it's quite testing for you fullbacks, though, isn't it? With how he plays, with the sort of, you don't maybe have that protection that maybe a rigid 4-4-2 would give you.
Yeah, I think like since he's come in, I think you've probably been able to see, if you watch the games, how high we're sort of trying to press teams. You know, I'd call us a pressing team at the minute. So obviously from the fullbacks, and it's from everyone, because it's from the front, you need a lot of energy to get sort of up and down, and maybe you don't get that protection that's sitting in, but I think everyone here is capable of doing that for the team. And I think it showed with some of the goals that we've scored, how high we've won the ball back up the pitch and then gone and counter-attacked maybe. So I think it just shows that what the gaffer's doing is right, and the way the boys are backing it is good.
What's your sort of GPS data like? Is it high?
Yeah, I think it's high throughout the squad, to be fair. So I think it's I think you're getting some good distance in high speed, sort of as a fullback or wing back, however we play, sort of getting up and down. You're going to get them meters in.
And you'll need to all be on it against Bristol Rovers. They're playing well at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, they're a team in good form, to be fair. Which I think, like you said, you try not to look too much at the other team. Obviously, we'll do some analysis and everything else, but you try not to think about the run they've been in, because it's just the next game. And it's the same for us. We know that if we're on top of our game and everyone does what they need to do, I think we can take the 3 points, which is ultimately what we're out there to do. And
yeah, you'll try and get forward again. Lovely finish for the last Saturday, was it?
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
Man.
Obviously good to chip in someone else other than Dom getting a goal, but no, yeah, it's good. Like I said, it's whatever way I can help the team. As long as we get the 3 points, I don't really care.
You're enjoying it at the moment, though. Is enjoying your football.
Yeah. No, I'm enjoying playing at the minute, and I think ultimately that's your job, but that's what you're there to do as a footballer. You want to be playing. So yeah, I'm enjoying myself at the moment, and obviously if we can get some wins, it'll make it even better.